on recording. Facing me. Yeah, I went to the place that I go to get the phone fixed.
Yeah.
And like I was sitting in like the communal sort of table trying to like study and whatnot, yeah. And it was getting to the point where I was like busting to pee. Because when you're by yourself in a shopping centre, obviously you got to pack everything up. So I was holding on as long as I could, and I thought I'll just go check because I had to pack up at this point. There was no more I could wait on.
Yeah.
Thinking I've been here a few hours, can't be that long, yeah. And remember, like I trust this woman. She fixed it the first time. Which probably is why she told me to suggest getting another phone. But it turns out that they had to have someone come in to check it. They couldn't figure it out. They had to send my phone off to the like the big factory that does all the repairs for like the places like where I was going. They had to get
like back to Samsung or Apple or whatever it is.
Whatever
back to the manufacturer or back to like their
and they pulled it all apart. They had to check every single thing in the camera.
Fixed or not fixed though?
No, they said that the phone itself is fine. It's the cameras that are a problem. Luckily, it's not too bad because I'm still obviously making films. But they said that this particular phone, I don't know, they have multiple different parts to the camera, and so they've had to send away and order it all, and there could be anywhere like up to 2 weeks to get it. But like I said, I'm just happy in the meantime it's good enough to be able to use.
Tell me the pros and cons of not buying a new phone, though.
Because
money.
Well, the reason I'm looking at it is she's still only charging me the $200 to fix everything. Which, you know,
is a damn sight cheaper than the alternative of getting a new phone and having to update everything and change everything and
exactly.
Everything.
And since the motherboard's been checked and everything's fine, I was like, well, I'd rather just...
It's not that old, is it?
No, not that old. I break phones. What can I say? I drop them. But I did get a nice case for it.
Which it's not in, can I mention?
Yeah, the reason it's not in because it falls when it's like on the stand or in the GPS and all that stuff, but it's with me to put straight back in. Okay. So I realised I have not been doing what you suggested, which I will be doing when I get home with this assignment. I spent at least another couple of days, I reckon, doing the wrong thing. But I created...
Wrong is not the right word there, though. Like, doing your current thing, your same thing.
Yeah.
Your less adaptive thing.
Yeah.
Wrong is not...
Yeah.
Right.
I know what you're saying. Well, I ended up creating a group chat just for me and the 3 people that I speak to continuously, right?
Yes.
Because they've all heard...
like friends or uni people?
They're friends from uni.
Okay.
But they're the people who I trust completely. Like,
are we talking in the group chat, like friend chat?
Yeah.
Memes, funny, haha, or like school and other things?
So it's got me and my three closest friends who've all heard about each other and were like, maybe we should have a group chat. And it's everything. It's being able to talk. It's uni. It's like all 4 of us are going mad with this assignment. I have figured out my number one biggest problem though. It's so embarrassing. I honestly don't know how I've made it this far through uni. I really don't. Yeah. I have watched that film at least 3 times up until a point.
What film?
The one I'm doing the assignment on.
Oh.
So I basically have to pretend to be like you and watch a movie, and then there's a character and we got to go through all the symptoms, how it works, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, it hit me yesterday. I really need to watch the entire film.
Yeah, it does help.
It does help. But I'm starting to like, as you know, my level of awareness is, I thought it'd be fantastic. I'm starting to think it's not that great. Being ignorant to some things is not so bad, yeah? Anyway.
Harry Potter was also not that good. And,
Harry Potter was awesome. The books were, at least.
Well, yeah, but insert a popular film that everybody says is amazing, and there's parts of it that are boring.
Yeah. Well, I'm loving the assignment, but it's the overthinking of it. And I've realised another thing, and I wrote all this down to tell you too.
Oh.
I know, I've actually got everything in my bag.
It's the first time you've ever written stuff for therapy, I'm sure.
First time I've ever told you, I think. I talk about it all the time
on
my videos. I'm like, that's going to the therapist. I'm like, cannot wait until I'm seeing my psych. I'm like, I very much am aware of all of the things that I need to tell you.
Okay.
Hence, I like to utilize these appointments.
That's true.
So 2 things. Need to finish the film. Obviously, that's a given.
Please do. Start halfway if you need to. Don't watch all the same
No,
things.
I'm going to start where I was up to, because I've got notes for the first part. It's just the overthinking. You know, like we gotta choose like 2 factors for each of the 4 P's, and then we gotta write whether they're biological, psychological, and social. And it's relatively easy, except that my brain overthinks 101 things and is like, I don't know. But again, I'm choosing to be, life is really good, I've realised. You know, like, it is weird, but like, I'm just so fucking happy in general that even things that would normally piss me the hell off, I'm just like, there's 2 options. I get mad or I laugh. Turns out laughing is just much more fun.
Truth. Second thing you need to tell me, other than watch the film, is
that I need to be setting timers.
Yes.
And I realised that again last night, that I was seeing you and I was like, fucking hell, how have I not done this? I really just need you to like write me a list of things that you would do for your child, and then send it to me on an email and be like, have you done these things, Olivia?
Did you brush your teeth?
I had a shower, and washed my hair and brushed my teeth. So yes, I did. And I actually have a little, like I told you, I created a little calendar so I keep track. Oh, I'm nearly 38 and don't manage to brush my teeth twice a day, but fuck me.
I have recently determined that there are parental controls that you can utilize for things like Netflix and YouTube, and you can
help me to do that.
You turn, it has like you can override them like very easily, says the adult
Don't
brain.
Tell me that part.
But
treat me like I'm a child.
I don't know about how to do it on your phone, but on the Apple products, you go into the Apple ID and you activate parental controls, and you got screen time, and it'll disable the apps.
Oh, I might just Google that, because I don't usually use a lot of it.
It disables the apps. It's cool.
Yeah.
And then they push them and nothing happens. They're grayed out and you're like, ha ha ha, yeah, iPad's tired.
I like that idea. Like, I didn't even get out. Like, I have managed to make all the annoying alarms that I bought, they're all white noise now. My ability to sleep through everything is a lot.
The alarms need to happen when you're doing tasks, not so much. I mean, yes, when you have to wake up. Yeah.
I seriously considered cancelling this appointment solely because I was like, didn't I see you a week ago?
I feel like you did, actually.
And then I was like, no, I asked for regular therapy constantly. You know what I mean?
It's regular, even when it's 3 or 4 or 5 weekly.
I know.
But you did just see me. But in a week, what are the barriers to implementing the discussions that we've had? So it's only a week later, implement, not a month that it not implemented. So
yeah, no, I get that. I'm really struggling with how exhausted I am. Like, when I say I contemplated cancelling today, it wasn't obviously because I didn't want to see you or have the session. It was because I physically felt like I couldn't get up, and the alarms were all going off. Like, boss never gets up before me, and he was up.
It's like, Mom.
Actually, I was lucky because I do what I always do and just kept resetting alarms, and then that's right, I got a missed phone call from I think it was spam at 11 a.m. and I literally remember thinking, all right, that's the universe telling me, get up.
11?
Mm-hmm.
It's 2:30.
Well, I've been fielding crises with friends at uni who have assignments due tomorrow that haven't been started. No, this was a video call actually. This new friend I've made is going through something massive, and I'm just, what can I say? When I'm a nice person, people love to tell me stuff.
You can help, but you also need to be mindful that you can't do it for them.
Wasn't even a little bit about that. It was more about helping her have the resources to know who to go to at university
For some support.
to get help.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Good.
sort of what it was more about.
That's a very good thing that you can offer.
Yeah, and I decided...
And lovely and important. Good.
Yeah.
Hopefully they
yeah, by the time we'd had the conversation, she'd said, I'm calling the uni, and that they'll let me know how it goes. Like, I truly just love helping people for the sake of helping people.
Really do.
And I've worked out why I'm freaking out with uni.
Why? What's the form?
This is my statement of results.
Let's have it.
There's only one credit.
What is an up?
Oh, that's one of those integrity things that you have to get 100% on before you're even allowed to continue your degree, and it's not actually counted as anything, but you have to do it or you won't graduate.
Is it, you got an up, is that good enough?
That's a pass.
Okay,
It was literally a 0, or it was 100% pass. If it was anything less than 100%, it was a fail.
You were doing so well. Why is it all underlined in different colors?
They're the different, because I'm doing 2 majors. So I had to work out my philosophy major, which you'll see in the little writing at the bottom. My philosophy major is something like 77 or something.
77,875?
Yeah.
78,333.
But my psychology one is
73,666.
Yeah, which obviously is going to change by the time the last 2 would go in. But I have figured out why it is doing this.
It's so good.
All I see is the 1C, and it does my head in.
Oh,
But again, that I shouldn't say that. I've passed it because it was a full-blown panic attack. But the thing that's been bumming me out...
Did you see this side?
Of course I did. I had to join as an associate's degree because I didn't graduate high school. So that was my first year. I did all 8 in the first year. And yet it's going to take 8 years to finish it.
I'm going to count your up as a high distinction because 100's extensive. You got 10 of those.
I'm pretty sure the up one is just not clarified.
Okay, 9 of those.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
And 1.
And I'm pretty sure...
9.
Yes, 9. I'm hearing you. Yep.
Making sure.
So the thing is though, and I don't know what degrees even look like, the certificates, they're all different from places, but I remember someone saying to me that, thank you, I remember someone saying to me that if you graduate with a distinction, it will say it. And if you don't, it'll just say nothing. Now, I've gone through and read every single thing I can on the WAMs and how they're created and what they're for. They're not put on the transcript, none of that like that. And I know it's so ridiculously silly, but I'm pretty sure it is causing what I'm feeling with uni. And that would be that I was so confident and happy, and there's that part of my brain that's just like, you should have finished this assignment by now. Like, what is happening to you? Why is this is such an easy in comparison to, say, other assignments? And it's something that I should be able to do like that. And all I keep thinking about is what's going to happen if I graduate and my grades drop below the distinction. I know it means nothing in the real world. True. I mean, I don't plan to do honours. If I do philosophy honours, I've already smashed that wham. It's fine. But it's a very irrational fear. But I just feel like I've worked so hard for so long, and I'm going to fuck it up in the end. And that's what I've now fully realised.
So that's the anxiety.
That's the anxiety.
And the anxiety fuels the avoidance, which results in the self-fulfilling prophecy of your fear becoming reality.
Yep, and that's why you're my therapist, to help me figure out how to make it go away. No pressure. Sorry.
It's not going to go away. The anxiety is there. How much you buy it, how much energy you put into it, how much you hold it, how much power it has, affects your behavior.
See, I'm just trying to really focus on the fact that I did not attend university with
Results based.
Yeah, like my mum keeps asking me the same damn question. Like, she seems to expect a different answer. What are you going to do when you graduate uni? Take a break. Work on me.
I think that the reality is you didn't start university with a grade in mind for the end. You did it for the learning, and we've gone down that path numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
So does it matter if you graduate with an extinction?
Mm-hmm.
Ideally not. A distinction or not? No, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter 5 years later when no one asks you. No, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I actually don't think it is on the transcripts. It's not on your degree that goes on the wall.
It's definitely not on the transcript. I read that.
It's not on the degree, I don't think.
Okay.
So that when you, I mean, I don't recall what my grade point average is when I finished, and I went to a different university, but you just get the degree.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's, conferred a bachelor of whatever it is, and it's got the date and that's it. It doesn't say with distinction. It can later with honors if you're doing your honors, so it'll be like Bachelor of Science with honors.
Yeah, I've seen those
which
ones.
is an honors degree.
Yep.
Masters of whatever. PhDs or PhDs. They're exactly the same, but a little bit more fancy in the hat. But what?
I'm just looking at how late I must have been, considering the time.
And I don't think that I've ever seen a bachelor's degree that has a representation of the grade point average on it.
Okay then.
So I'm a little bit concerned that it's a moot point anyway. So the anxiety being invalid and that you're striving for something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, well that would make it helpful. Maybe I'll go home and Google what an actual degree that comes from my uni looks like.
Yeah. But also, I think that whether it says it on the actual piece of paper or not, it's still that you want it to be there. You still want the number to be X. And that's the issue. And kind of coming out of nowhere for you because it's about education and learning and excitement and growth, not about the numbers. But here we are with the numbers.
Yep, that's why I've been in therapy forever.
Yeah, probably no.
I personally think everyone around the world should be in therapy. Where would be a better place? So
there's not that many therapists, but
fair enough.
Look, I'll always have a job. It'll make me happy. No, I'd give it all up. You know that. Okay, so what can we do about it? We have to recognize it as being invalid. We have to consider that you're striving for something that's not even real. Other than a story that you're telling yourself about something in your head.
Okay, so can we logically break this down so that when I get home, I actually have a plan of attack?
Why is 69 bad, but 70 is okay?
Because the teachers are dickheads and not giving us the last point. It's just mean. I take that back. Our teachers are amazing, but still.
Is it the teacher's fault or is it your fault?
It's my fault. That's what bugs me. I know that. And it's still happening. If I didn't know about these stupid neurological things, I swear I would be in this fucking crap. But it's getting worse.
Why is it bad?
Because I'm so weird. And it's constantly making everything hard. And I'm literally having to Google words, how to pronounce them, and what they mean constantly.
The 69 means that it's an underrepresentation of what you believe that you're
capable of.
Thank you.
You just said it yourself. I got plenty of HDs.
You got plenty of
what
HDs.
What the hell happened? I honestly.
Nothing happened.
Are you sure? Because I feel like I'm getting dumber.
I think me too. You're not getting dumber. I promise. Although cognitive decline does start when we're 25? Yeah. Anyway, so we are kind of all slowly becoming dumber.
I was going to go to the supermarket after this, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen because supermarkets are my least favourite place to go. So I'll just do that online. It's just easier. I'm out of all the staples at my house. So I was like, oh, I'll have porridge for breakfast. That, Exactly. Oh, no, I love porridge. It's just that when I'm at the point where I'm at with my groceries, it's what can I make?
Is it easier to do it online or just to go through the aisles and like...
No, I become so overwhelmed that I end up in a supermarket for an hour and a half and spend $200 on crap I don't need. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, no.
Don't do that, no.
If I'm at a supermarket with another person...
A list or with someone else. Yeah,
totally different, but no, I literally have to listen to music on my phone.
With a focus.
Because I can't, it doesn't make any sense, but I'm stop caring about what makes sense anymore.
It does make sense based on your neurodivergence.
Did you say it does?
Yep.
That helps. See, I don't even know what goes with what, and I think that's what I'm really struggling with, but like I said,
So you know how we've done a lot of DBT?
Gotta love it.
Gotta love the DBT.
Mm-hmm.
And
speaking of which, oh, maybe I didn't bring it. I found all this. I'm trying to go through all my storage, and I'm finding all these things that I can only imagine are coming from you. This one says, letting go of emotional suffering, mindfulness of your current emotion.
Let me see it. Maybe it was me. I don't remember.
And then I found it like a whole booklet of stuff.
It's actually not me. This is the old one. But yeah, this is a DBT. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I printed it out. Thought it'd be smart to put it on the wall.
It's, yes.
I'm putting all the things into practice and I have to.
So here's what I'm going to say. DBT is great and it has a very strong support for emotional regulation and distress. And neurodivergence, it just changes the lens a little bit. Okay. There is a neurodivergent DBT skills workbook.
Good to know.
It's a good thing. You don't have any capacity in your head to deal with it right now.
That's what I was going to say, but I know I've got
but this is a thing that we can
work with,
plan to go to.
Yeah.
But you need to get through school.
I need to get through uni
and
first.
I'm not going to be like, some of the things can help, but it's actually not going to help. It will add to your pressures and you have to you're almost there. How many weeks left? 5?
Not yet, fuck all, that's for damn sure. So you have a point. So I'm like I said,
putting things on the wall and stuff right now, Olivia, is adding to the chaos.
It's funny you say that because I did that yesterday, but at least I can see everything I'm trying to look at when I watch it. But like I'm gonna.
I feel like that's a lot of pressure though. Like putting this reminder, that reminder, do this skill, do that thing. Is it
it's
too
not
much?
Reminders like that. No, it's more like pages of the it's got the criteria that I know I need to meet, and then it's got like what perpetuating,
precipitating,
those things are. So it's just easy to grasp. But
let me make a suggestion.
Please do.
This is homework suggestion, not therapy.
Please
start with one. Start with 1 P and just do 1 P. Just do one of the P's. My favorite one, protective. It's the best one. P.
Yes, I get that. Like there's so many things. I guess though my number one biggest question is, and this is where I'm struggling, okay? I have been trying to watch the movie without taking the notes. I struggle to do that. Like I said, I still have quite a decent chunk of this movie left. Now, I had been putting it on the TV by screen mirroring and watching it, taking hand notes. It's now currently set up so that the movie's on my second screen where I would usually have my software stuff, and so that I can still have access to my laptop. So it's like your laptop with a big screen next to it. And so currently I'm like watching, but taking notes and I don't know. And I am just wondering, do I just go home and start, say 10 minutes before I got up to and just watch it?
How long is this movie?
1 hour and 70 minutes.
1 hour and 70 or 7?
Pretty sure it's in 1 hour and 70.
Isn't that 2.5 hours then?
Maybe
2 hours 10?
Maybe I'm confused.
Maybe it's 1 hour 10.
Maybe.
70 minutes.
Yeah, I think it got, yeah, it's more like an hour and a half as far as I know. It's
I was
a
like,
decent movie.
Yeah,
It's,
okay.
I think it might even be almost 2 hours because I know we've got a bit left.
Okay.
My number one question is, do I go home and watch it on the screen at my desk while trying to do all this, or do I connect it to my TV, sit with my dog, and just watch it?
Make popcorn.
So I'm guessing that's the second answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's no wonder I'm so confused.
Because you're trying to do the assessment while you're watching the film.
Yeah.
And
I realize
they're
that.
not going to say in the film, these are my protective factors. They're going to just talk. And then you're supposed to reflect on what they're saying and then do the protective factors.
And that's what I mean. Like, it's no referencing needed. Everything comes from the DSM. It's all what we see through the eyes of the clinician, which is another reason why I'm beating myself up, because
let's do one together. Ready?
Yep.
Livia, what are your protective factors?
Well, my amazing support team of professionals like you, for starters.
Your engagement with your therapeutic supports, yeah.
I have friends.
Yes.
I'm getting out of my house a lot more.
So your resilience.
My house is, I'm really getting through, like, sorting stuff, cleaning. My house is coming together. I'm really proud of all of that. I'm finally on the Webster packs. Oh my God. Those are some overwhelming things, but yeah.
Consistency in medication.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My weighted blanket. I love that.
Yes. Your coping strategies. Great. Okay. So what makes things worse? Well, not worse. What keeps the issues going? What are the perpetuating factors? What perpetuates the illness? Why is it not getting better?
Because I haven't watched the end of the movie, so I guess that's not helping, because you're right. I am
avoidance?
Yeah. Yeah, avoidance, procrastinating, hiding in my house.
Procrastination, sure. For you, historically, until recently, inconsistent medications?
Yeah.
Not because you're like, screw medications, but
No.
because, like, brain says, did I?
Yeah.
And fair enough. COVID perpetuated it, the isolation that you had. So some of those protective factors made things worse before because they weren't there.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So there's your other P.
Interesting. I like that. Okay, that's definitely helping. And
why do you have ADHD? Let's just look at ADHD. Let's pretend like we're just dealing with one issue.
Well, that would be a biological issue, wouldn't it? In the sense that it's
which
a neurodivergent. Predisposing. Yeah.
Perfect.
I like that. So
yeah. Think about, like, you.
Mm-hmm.
Your formulation, we know in my head, right? Like, we don't always write it down. But if I had to write it down, I'm sure I probably could.
Yeah.
All right. Same thing for you. This person's sitting there on the screen telling you their story. Okay.
It's an actual movie. It's not even like a documentary. It's a proper movie.
So this movie, this person, guy, girl, whichever, either.
Guy, but yeah.
Guy. Okay. So this guy's there and he tells you about his parents, his childhood, so it starts off with the first piece.
It sort of just
biology,
drops you into it, and then we got to figure out the factors that we think are important. Yeah, because obviously there's discussions galore about this because everybody's overthinking.
And formulations can be as extensive or as little as you need them to be. At the end of the day, you have to think about, there's a person.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they here? Mm-hmm. What do they need? What's getting in the way? And what's keeping them going?
True.
So let's take away the P's and the efforts and the formulating, flowing sentences of university requirement, and let's just look at a person.
Yeah.
You're a storyteller. Your life has revolved around connection to people.
True.
Get some popcorn, get boss, look at the person.
Thank you.
Tell me about the person afterwards. Tell me what you know about them. You might have to go back and look at it again for things.
That's the thing I'm so confused about. I actually can talk about this movie, well, the part I've seen a few times, really well.
Right.
So why isn't it transferring? Do you know what I mean? But I like your idea. I've been putting it off and putting it on. And this is where my problems get real shitty, yeah? Thank God I'm in my second last unit. Might be another 5 years if I even try for uni again. So, my big, beautiful book of notes, yeah?
I do love a book. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're all obviously on my phone and everything too. And because of how the exam threw me and now how behind I am on the assignment, well, I'm 3 weeks behind on content. But
What do you mean content?
lectures and seminars for the rest of the weeks. But it's all towards the other quiz. So I've already got everything.
Yeah.
I just need to catch up.
That's okay.
And I guess...
So what's the skill from DBT that we're going to use here? Avoiding.
Do it as I see it and just chunk it down. And
Because if we pick it up and put it down, and pick it up and put it down, and pick it up and put it down, we're not doing anything with it.
Yeah.
My worry is you've got the book here with the little tabs, beautifully color-coded, very ADHD of you. It's very dismissive.
It's not dismissive.
And it's on your phone, and it's on your computer, and you've got notes here and here and here and here and here, because we pick up, put down, pick up, put down, and it becomes chaotic.
So chaotic. It's
Solidify
literally...
to consolidate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To one thing.
Okay, I can do that.
So if you're going to do an assignment, you're allowed to use one tech. One tech to do it.
What do you mean?
Like, because if you start it, like, yours might talk to each other, but I've got, Apple here and Samsung there and something else I don't even know over there. And then none of them talk to each other, and then I'm emailing stuff, and then I'm adding stuff. No. So let's do one thing. And let's clear it a little bit. Yeah.
Watch the end of the movie. That's clearly the very first
movie. Is it like a mainstream movie?
Yeah, it's an Australian movie that's actually really not bad at all. Yeah, I'll tell you after. Yeah, what are we doing anyway? So, my theory is I'm not going to be able to relax until I get a chunk of this done.
So do that.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing today? Supermarket?
No.
Or I was online supermarket?
Yeah, I was going to go to the supermarket, but I really don't want to.
You can just do online supermarketing, and then you have to just go collect it or something, I assume.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay.
Just like I said, I'm going to do what you said and just watch the end of it.
Order a pizza or get some things, like make it a movie night.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Because you can watch a movie.
Oh, easily. You know what the weirdest thing is, though? And again, I know this is a thing I've been saying to you for, I don't even know how many years now.
A while.
I swear I want to be a morning person and go to bed early.
Yeah.
But I don't get out of bed early enough because I physically feel like I can't, and yet...
I want to be a lot of things, and I'm never going to be 6 foot tall or blonde. Like, it's...
Yeah, I get you.
I mean, I could be blonde.
No, I don't think... Yeah?
I could.
I mean, you could, but...
Whether I should is a very different question.
Yeah.
But...
True.
But sometimes, like... I want to do a lot of things. It doesn't mean I'm going to. Like, morning person is maybe just not one of them. You can train your sleep and you can do all those things, yes, but like, why?
Because it gets to like 8:30 when I think I want to go to bed, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I could actually get some stuff done, but it's so freaking late, and then I'm like, oh, and you know me, my brain just wants to make everything harder.
Okay, if you want to go to bed, go to bed.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But
yes, there's things to do, and you can do them when you're rested.
Yeah.
So it's how we cognitively challenge that. Is this in my best interest or not? Everyone has a time when they fatigue, and then they're, the second wind. And it's during second wind when, you're actually really tired and you miss that sleep cycle. You miss those hormones to assist the sleep patterns. I am more productive at nighttime. I know that because I'm tired during the day.
That makes sense.
The small people, they're just, killers.
There's a reason I don't have any.
Well,
or want any.
I say that, but like the same thing happened before I had kids. Like it's like, it's a thing.
Oh, I love their kids. I
have natural patterns. Even when I was young, I did better at nighttime. Always.
Good to know. All
We
right.
sometimes are who we are. Our bodies have natural circadian rhythms.
Well, you know, I've been in sleep tests. I've had to do. I take medication for the fact that my brain doesn't like me at all. That's all right.
Brain likes you plenty, keeps you alive every day.
True. Like I said, though, I'm actually in a really good mood. It's just this degree certificate thing that's been in my head, and I know that you're right because every single student I talked to was obviously at uni for work.
Yeah.
That was never the point with me.
So let's just learn.
Yes.
I think the people that will do well on this particular assignment are people who can, it's not about the theory, it's about the connection. And the connection's always been your strong point.
There's 3 parts to it, and we only have to write 500 words for each part.
Oh, Lord.
Right?
I don't want to be dismissive, but
I need you to say it, though.
I needed to say it out loud. I'm like, wow, things have changed.
Yeah, and it's worth 40%, so...
Oh, I'm doing some marking for some of the universities for the master's thesis. They're literally, mine was 4 times that long.
Holy
Back in the olden days, things were hard. It's hard now, too.
No, I'm not. I know that, but yeah, that sounds terrible. I know. Oh, gosh. Are you working all day? I think that's enough videos for now.